Bum 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 bum. Something's not right. I know what's not right. I know it's not right. Seriously? Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking. Hello. It's Saturday, even though it feels like a Monday. I've been off for the past 2 days, and it's been great. Let's see if I can run over any cables or anything, or get some tripods, whatever. All kinds of in the way. So, good morning, everyone. Little weird setup for me because I'm going to be turning my head up just to monitor the stream a little bit. Can you hear me? If you're in chat and you can hear me, say yes. So, this is going to be an interesting thing for me. We're going to do a Gunpla, and we're going to start with the Wing Gundam 0. And today I think I'm just going to prep it for paint, basically. I don't know if I really want to paint it or if I want to glue it up or whatever, but okay. Oh, you know what? I do need to change one thing. I need, and I'm weakening you. This to there it is. Does that work pretty well? Yes, it worked pretty well. Yeah, I think that. Okay. Alright, now we're good. Boy, morning. We're building a Gunpla. Wing Gundam 0. I've had this kit for so long, and I've kinda started with it. I wanted to... When you first get into this kind of thing, it starts to get, start doing wrong things. And I was doing wrong things. I was doing, and I'll show you here in a second. So, what I was doing is like, oh, I want to get into painting and everything and all that, and I wanted to get going on building this the proper way, but I was like, man, I'm gonna use Gundam markers. Those markers suck for paint. And so I ended up getting an airbrush a long time ago, and what I did was I cut these pieces off the runner or the sprue, whatever you want to call it. And what I did was I actually airbrushed these in the color that I thought it would be on the sprue. You're not supposed to do that. Little did I know. See, you can see with this one, I don't know if you can see the difference in color. This is a lot more of an orange colored red on this as opposed to the bare plastic. So what I had to do was I actually had to take these and put them in a supersonic or what do you call it, a sonic bath, and get all the acrylic paint off and start from scratch. So some of these pieces are already off the runner, but I still left the little nubs, which is what we're going to be taking care of today. We're going to cut all the pieces off of the runner, clean them up, sand them down if we need to, so that they look good. And then I'm going to use some of these guys and just to get them prepared on a stick so that I can paint them. That may not be the right, but that might be. No, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. Either way. So yeah, we're just gonna clean this guy up. This is the Wing Gundam 0. It's from Gundam Wing, the anime, and it's kind of a cool looking kit. It is a high grade, but it's a weird high grade in the sense that it is a 1/100th scale. I only had a few of these, as far as I know, way back in the day. So we're just it's not quite master grade, but it is high grade. So not as much detail, and I figured this would be a good beginner model. It's big enough that I like it as far as the size goes, but not as high detail as to where if I royally screw it up, I'm okay with it. So, and I've had this forever. I think this thing only cost me maybe $30 when it first came out. That was a long time ago. That was 95. It's been in storage that long without being put together. I don't know what to say about that. So, let's get started. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to keep this organized so that all the pieces kind of stay in one place. I'm gonna put this over here. To show you some of the tools I'm going to be using, I've got some single edge nippers. They are from, let me get the package so you know what they are. They are, the brand is Hobby Mio. See if you can see it without all the crazy reflection of the light. This way. So Hobby Mio. They are their ultra thin blade nipper. Recently saw a pretty in-depth comparison to all the single blade nippers on a guy's channel called Barbatos Rex. That guy is a fount of information. So much info. And man, am I learning a lot from him. And he recommended, like, he had a whole slew of single edge nippers, like, all laid out. and he literally went one by one and cut pieces. That reminds me, I need another set of nippers to get them off the runner, and I'll explain in a second. Guys. So, one thing that I was not aware of is you want 2 sets of nippers. One to take them off the runner, where you'll cut like right around in here. And then you'll use these guys to go flush and cut them off. Cut the little nub off of the actual part. So that you get as clean as possible, and it's a little bit you're not leaving all this plastic here. And also for these nippers, they are made to not squish the plastic, and you'll see what I mean by squish. Like, oh, for instance, this is a good example right here. The on the very end, camera. So like right here, you see how it's a little white? It's not supposed to, you don't want the piece to look like that. So these single edge nippers are what you use to eliminate that. But you're gonna get that regardless. Oh, bit of white there. Interesting. Alright, so I'll show you. You cut this off of the sprue slash runner. I'm gonna call it a sprue. That's what I've always called it. Oops, so there's that. And then you'll go in with these guys. And you'll want to get as flat as possible, and you just pop them off. And so like right here is where I just nipped it off, and man did that thing come off nice and smoothly. And with this, gotta figure out which edge is the straight edge and which one cutting it. Try and go in nice and close and flat, and then just pop it off. Oh man, that is insane. So right here is where I just cut that off, and it's nice and clean. It's not leaving any kind of white. And then yeah, that's really nice. Really leaving anything, which is good. That's the goal. And that piece has now been trimmed. Oh, there's a little bit of, I don't know what that was. It was probably from another. That's gonna take some sanding. Like, okay, that's one piece. So now we're just gonna chill, chat, and just have fun with it. It broke off right there, see? It was on from the other piece, and that's not ideal. One more point. And we got trash. Or a test piece, whatever. I always like to save these kinds of things in the event that I want to test the paint. You know, because I know I know what plastic is being used, so I know how the paint will react. Oh. And I also a little nub. It's gonna leave something. Okay. No. I have to clean that up. It's just a odd spot. There. I cleaned it. Okay. Oh, that's from the oil. So these things, another cool thing about these nippers, is that they come with their own kind of oil to lubricate everything so that it works nice and cleanly. Oh, it would help if I change the camera back. So, yeah, this little spray can that you just spray it and lubricate all the joints and everything so that it works nice and smoothly. Alright, I got a couple more on this one. How's everyone doing? Doing okay? Ooh yeah, these cut off. I won't even have to do anything. Good. Alright, it's one. Like this guy. Can already take off what I don't need. So, from what I understand, a lot of these nippers, you want to be careful with them sometimes because the tips can be fragile, and if you drop them, it can break. We don't want it. And God, man, these are coming off so clean. That one's done. I think that. Yeah, looks like it. Hold on a second. Okay, these are numbered, so I'm just gonna keep these kind of with pieces. Okay, put these down, use these. So, day after Thanksgiving, did you buy any stuff? Any cool stuff? I bought a ton of stuff. Stuff I shouldn't have, probably. I bought 4 Gunpla kits. And that is way more than I should have. That for sure. Okay. Already broken off. Ew. So young, so naive when it comes to Gunpla. Okay. Bought 4 Gunpla kits. A RX-78-2, the Origin version. And I bought a Zaku 2, which was Char Aznable's, and I kind of wanted to start this with those guys because, you know, they're the iconic one, the iconic Gundams in mobile suits. maybe not. I think that's a piece that gets hidden. And then I also bought a Barbatos. These are all master grades. Same. And then I also bought a ground mobile unit, which was from the 8th MS team, I think is what it was called, or MS team 8th. It's 8th MS team. Kind of a cool anime. I like that one. And they had really good designs. And you can't find the RX-79s anywhere as far as the kits go. Master grade. I don't even think they have any high grades that you can find in there. Yeah. These are coming off nice and clean. Kind of a weird angle. Came off good though. You don't even have to put any pressure on these. You just cut off nice and clean. You don't have to put any force on it. Let's do all the red pieces first. So we get 2 7s and something else. You know what? I think I'll still be able to figure this out. Regardless. If I don't have pieces. Goes over here. I'm tempted to get closer to these, but mainly because my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. But I think this will work. It's not too terrible. See how much trash I build up with this. I want to get rid of this too because that was weird. Okay, those are all ready to go. Excuse me. Barely any effort. Man, these are nice. These are really nice. I don't have to put any effort when they just come right off. Ooh, I'm gonna have to, that's not too bad. I might sand it. I'll have to go in and examine each part. Ready to go. These guys. Well, yeah, I think the other thing that they said to do was instead of cutting at the tip, you want to kind of go in like this a little bit more. So instead of coming all the way out here to the tip of the nippers, you want to kind of you want to go in close. This. Yeah, that's not bad. But yeah, I ended up getting those 4 master grade kits. And I ended up buying a new airbrush. 2 new airbrushes actually. One not clean. That's okay. Two new airbrushes. One of them is, they're both Traeger. One of them, they're both Galeri. I've never used a Galeri, so it should be interesting on how well they work. I've only used an Iwata, and I tend to have a little bit of issues with the Iwata. Mainly, it's probably user skill issue, user error, but I wanted after spray painting or painting, where'd he go? I have it somewhere. Oh, there he is. This is the Ice Golem from Malifaux, Weird Miniatures, and I was just testing out some paints, some of the mech colors. Was it the mech colors or was it something? I don't remember. But I was just testing the Iwata with the colors, and I was just having issues with the paint constantly drying on the tip. So I think what it is that I need flow improver when I'm doing that kind of stuff, and then it'll be easier to work with. But yeah, so this is a miniature for the skirmish tabletop game Malifaux. This is an old guy. This is 2 or 3 years old, maybe more actually, and they have since gone through many editions. I don't really play that much anymore, mainly because it's don't really have anybody that plays, but I still like the miniatures. Kind of cool. In the right notes. So yeah, I bought a couple of Galeri airbrushes. They both have trigger. Whereas the Iwata that I've been using has the normal dual action. This is the Iwata. So you press down to release air, and then you pull back to determine how much paint goes through the nozzle. So it's going to be something getting used to. Is I noticed when I was painting this, that's what I was going to say. I noticed when I was painting this, it was just like my hand was starting to cramp up because it was no good way to hold this thing. So the new Galeri ones that I got, they have a trigger, and so it'll be a nice big handle. It's the Galeri Swallowtail, and that's one of them, and the other one was just a basic one. They both came with different nozzles, so they're going to be able to work with different size nozzles and have different kind of detail work. So I'm looking forward to those coming and me being able to actually use them and see how they work. I'm hoping the trigger will help relieve my hand cramping. Yeah, that worked well. They're on these weird curved parts. Trying to get them as clean as possible. I'm doing pretty good. That's when I first cut them off. So it's saying that. Okay. Rest of the reds. Oh, I got this guy. And then I got this guy. What? That. Oh, that's the chin piece. Really? Okay. It's time. Let me get this guy out of the way. Really weird spot, buddy. Do it this way. Not too. First. That's not too bad. Okay, so that's. Ooh, yeah, I can see it. I have to stand up. So I'm just gonna have to inspect these each, and I'm just gonna. Oh. I think I'll be able to differentiate them. Maybe. Maybe. I'm hoping I clean these off as good as possible with the old paint. That. It looks like eight, 9, 10, 11. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's easy. See on the back, got these little nubs that go in the holes here. I'll be able to figure it out. Okay. Okay, that was a little weird. Okay. You want your crappy nippers to get most of the sprue off, and you use the other ones. Rest off. Okay, these are all ready to go, right? Yeah. Cuts like butter. Man, that looks great. That looks fantastic. This one's not so important because it's sick. Okay, so this one. Don't put it together yet, dum-dum. Ooh, shaved a little bit of plastic off that I shouldn't have. That's okay, it's the heel. That seam. And see, that's what I was saying. It's like I wanted a high grade so that I, you know, if I screwed up, it wouldn't be like a royal screw up. I shouldn't have. More pieces. No. These two go together. Yeah, I have to figure out which one, which later, which foot goes. Nope, 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 not that way. See, the blade is on this side. And it took clean. That's the stuff. That is the stuff right there. Can of oil. Oh, don't tip over. Come on. Alright, that's that one. Got a little bit of white that I gotta get off. Some of off nice and clean. Doing it the proper way with nice cutters, nippers, and I don't have to clean as much. Come on, in. Oh, that one. That's okay. Alright, so those are all done. Then we got this guy. Oh my god. Why, oh why? I'm gonna lose this thing. I know it. I know I'm gonna lose this piece. I know it. It's so tiny, I'm gonna mistake it for a clipping, and then I'm gonna be pissed off. There is... I guess. This is the chin, I believe. See how tiny this thing is? Oh. Okay. Hopefully I don't lose it. I'll probably get a container, which is what I'm gonna do. I'll be right back. Okay, never hurts to have some of these guys laying so that you can keep track. Now, the goal is to not tip over the container, like accidentally hit it. So we're just gonna lay all these in here. Little guy, so I don't lose it. And that's that. Where to put it? Right there's fine. Okay, now on to the white pieces. Which is usually the leg, body, kind of stuff. I'm just gonna take these all off the sprues so it's easier to just go through. Yeah, it's fine. This guy already took off. Kinda all up. See? Take care of this now. I'm gonna have to sand that guy. Okay. Oh. Okay, that works, I guess. You, oh my god, you're like hanging by a thread. Oh, what was I thinking? Well, didn't know any better when I was doing these way back when. Wow. Okay. Well, at least I was mostly. I was a little bit competent in this, but not enough. That. Okay. What's this? Looks like the back. Or the shin, maybe? I don't know. Here. And then... this. I tend not to, like, hold on with my other hand. I like to have it really drop. That way you're not putting any kind of tension on the pieces as they're coming off. Okay, so it'll just move nice and freely. There it goes. Wow, I actually did pretty good on this. Rolled right onto the floor. Ooh, okay. Here. Here. Oop, oop, oop. I might have to find a different way to monitor chat. Right now I got it set up on my iPad, but I have a feeling it's gonna run out of power. I don't know, let's see. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Oh my god, this thing, you see this thing is hanging by a thread? Those are the same parts. that. Wait, what? That says, oh, that's 6. Okay. Okay. We're just rocking right through this. Oh my god. Look at this. This thing was all, I'm gonna have to clean it up. The little piece right here. That's annoying. This guy. Okay, I had already cut that part off. Have to cut this off right here. Just so it's easier to get to. Okay, the rest of the leg and skirt. Those are already done. Right there. There. Oh, okay. Plastic. Looked like I had already cut it way back. There. See, I hate when they do this. Right here. They combine two. Alright. We were able to avoid a disaster. You know, after I cleaned these, it actually came out really well. Came out really well. I was able to get most of the paint off. Good. And too deep on that. Huh, must be paint. Ooh, hello, big old part coming off. One more runner of white, and then we're done. There. Ooh. Stay. So, for my own sanity, take that off. Right here. That, I guess. Go. one. There. There. Ooh, okay. I don't know why I like doing it like this. Let's see, I think I can, not the way it is. Alright. Oh, this one is not clean. Well, in here, I can still see the paint in there. It's like an off or like a bone white, and I can see it. Ugh. That's alright, we're gonna be priming it anyway, so may lose detail, but that's why I picked a high grade. Ooh, I should be cutting first. And then I do these. I may be mumbling a little bit just because that's how I work and talk at the same time. I always wondered if these were like boring, these kind of streams. Oh, that's all the white pieces. Okay. Or if like this is kind of like informative stuff. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? I still have to cut off all the little nubs. What am I doing? We're moving to this tool now. And then we can use this. Let's do this guy. But yeah, I always wondered if these kind of streams were... I mean, they're great for just like talking and chatting. It'd be nice if I had people to talk to, make things go by a little bit better. Okay, good. Off it went into the ether. That one went off too. Oh, this is leaving such clean marks. Well, I can build it. They see it on the black. I'll have to do a little bit of sanding there. But we'll have to examine each part as we go by. Coming off nice. And I don't know where that piece went. Oops. In the pile somewhere. Yes, right there. This is bad. Looks good. So this is beginner Gundam. Gunpla. Definitely beginner. I'm not gonna beat myself up if I, have little flaws in the stuff that I'm taking off. most part. Coming off nice and clean. Nice and so, man, he was Barbatos Rex. He was doing a test on that swallowtail airbrush I was talking about, and he was using this chrome paint. Oh my god, it was beautiful. And man, I just couldn't believe how awesome it looked. Like, I never thought paint could have that kind of finish, you know? And it just makes me want to get some of that same paint. What's up, MH? How are you? How was your Thanksgiving? But it's called All Clad. I know that's the brand. And that chrome and those metallics look so freaking good. Oh, that's right. MH, you're not American, are you? I forgot about that. I think I could be wrong. Either way, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're thankful for something in your life. I don't know what it thinks. That's what I thought. I just remembered that. So in America, we have this holiday called Thanksgiving. And it's a holiday where it was originated from the Protestants who came to escape persecution from the... Oh, you're 100% Indonesian. That is awesome. But what was I saying? The Protestants, I think it was the Protestants, who came over on the Mayflower, I believe, to escape pretty much persecution from I believe it was it might be British Empire. And so when they came over, it was basically they found the Native Americans, the Indians, or whatever you want to call them, the indigenous people, and they basically this is my young brain remembering everything, and I may be completely wrong about actual events, but they got together with the natives and they basically shared a meal, and each of them brought, you know, an ingredient, not an ingredient, but something to contribute to on the meal. And they all sat down and had just a giant feast, and they pretty much it was like, oh, we're thankful that we have been able to escape persecution from the British Empire. This was like back in, I want to say, I could be wrong, 1500s, 1600s, somewhere around there. It was well after the the colonies, or well before the colonies. Well, no, it was about the same time. It was kind of like the first one. I have a piece on here I'm gonna have to sand off. And they pretty much just had a meal together and just gave thanks to whatever was happening in their lives. And so that's why we call it Thanksgiving. Because of the whole giving process that was happening, you know, between the indigenous people and the pilgrims, and you know, everyone gave stuff, like mostly food, and that's why we have Thanksgiving, is we celebrate the things that we are thankful for in our lives, and we get together with people to kind of share the sentiment, you know. Indonesian, that is cool. There was another streamer that I found that was Indonesian, and he was actually be streaming now, I don't know. But I've always found that the who's America's first president? That would be George Washington. That it was America's first president. And how many presidents are there so far? 47, I believe. Because I think Donald Trump was 46 and Joe Biden is 47. And we elect a new president. New is not really the word. We elect a president every 4 years, and the presidents are allowed 2 terms, 2 4-year terms. And so when a president has 2 terms, that still counts as one president, really. Yeah. But yeah, we've been celebrating, like America's been celebrating Thanksgiving. I don't know when it really became a national holiday, but I know it's just been a thing for a while. Always been a thing since I've been alive. So. Wait, so who's Benjamin Franklin? Benjamin Franklin was one of the... He was one of the people that was with the Revolutionary. He is one of the writers of the United States Constitution and Bill of Rights, and what was the other one? Declaration of Independence. You know, it was a group of guys that got together to overthrow the British rule in the Americas. And Benjamin Franklin was one of those people. Really smart dude. Yeah, George Washington was our first president. And he did not want to be... They actually wanted him to be a king. But he said, no kings. We got away from that for a reason. And so they decided on no, Benjamin Franklin is not a president. Never was. He was a president this whole time. Nope, never was. Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of people could mistake that because he's on one of our currencies, but he was not a president. But very important into a lot of the things that happened for our independence from the British Empire. And I didn't think I'd be giving a somewhat of a history lesson. I don't claim to know everything about history, especially our US history, but I can only go by what I remember. So what is a piece of trivia about your country, about Indonesia? I know that the Dutch used to be a big part of Indonesia, if I am correct. Like, they helped create the waterway system that is terrible, apparently, in Jakarta because of trade routes. They used it for trading. Or do I have that wrong? Oh yeah, we're moving right along on these pieces. I have to keep an eye on the power on my iPad. That's where I'm monitoring chat in this session. Man, these things are cleaning up so well. Yes, they were like colonies for 300 something years. Wow. That is crazy. Was there any particular reason why they left? Clean that one up pretty well too. Japan for a few years before they surrender and gave Indonesia the independence. Ah. Interesting. That's cool. I always love stories of independence. Oh my god, dude. You need to learn about your country, man. Should. I mean, it kind of shapes who you are and what kind of culture you guys have, and it's interesting to find out what makes your country, you know, and like what happened in the past to get you to where you are today. I always find that kind of stuff interesting, but that's just me. They're coming off nice and clean. Moving through the pieces. Yeah, man, it's just like there's so much stuff that you wouldn't even think about, like why your founders or your previous ancestors made the decisions that they made, and it kind of gives you a little more insight into why you have the traditions that you might have. What kind of traditions do you guys have in Indonesia? Whereas Timor-Leste is once part of Indonesia, but they fought and got their independence. Ah, okay. I'm not even familiar with Timor-Leste. Is that a country, or is it Is it someplace that's near Indonesia? And we're moving right along. Getting through this piece. These, I hate that they put that on the end there. Clean that up too. Yes, it's a country now. Oh, okay. See, there was always, I always found it interesting that, oh, I can't get in there, you son of a bitch. Like there's, when countries are made, there's a lot of political strife that happens. And, oh, just barely, still left. That shapes the way a country is run later on. And it's unfortunate that a lot of times bad people get control and decide to do things to the people that really, really horrible sometimes. Hell, it happens even in our country here, even to this day, and it's really annoying. People just get too power hungry sometimes. I did, but I got it. Going through these, look at that, man. A lot of this stuff I don't have to worry about cleaning up. Alright. Ooh, that one's in a weird angle. But it, not too bad. Oh, this is bad. Ugh. That one's a bad one. I'm gonna have to clean that up. This is a little easier to get to. A little. Both of these I'm gonna have to clean up. Okay, this one's not bad. We should do a pack opening with this setup in the future. Like, what kind of pack? Are you talking like a Gundam kit? Like an unboxing? Is that what you're referring to? Do that, if that's what you're talking about. I could do that. Okay. Can't get in there on that piece. Oh, I should get a bit of too much plastic off of that one. Alright. No, Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Well, I do have some HoloLive packs that I haven't opened yet. So, that's the Weiss Schwarz game. Ugh, God, that's ugly. I mean, you just can't get in there the way they put these on the runner. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it could be a fun thing. I have some of those special packs that they had at some point. Actually, I can go grab what I'm talking about real quick. I'm not going to do it today, but finish this off and I'll show you the packs that I'm talking about. Thanks for that. I'll be right back. Alright, so I have a couple of these right here that for the Weiss Schwarz, and I haven't opened them up yet. This has been kind of holding on to them for quite a while. But yeah, maybe that's a good idea actually. Maybe I'll open some of those up. Wouldn't be a bad thing. Okay, so why I don't have a hobby knife up here, I don't know why. So we're gonna have to put these off to the side for later. Alright, so that's the white and the red done. And then I got these blue pieces and these gold pieces. The golds are already out of the plastic, so that's a good place to start. I'm probably gonna have to repaint these. Put these over here, go back to this. Make my little pile over here. See that? What I hate. That little guy bent. I'll take care of it. I'm gonna have to repaint these. Maybe I will have to get some of that all clad metallics for this stuff. Kinda. I have I have a good handful of Gundam models that I haven't done anything with, and a lot of them for years. And I thought, man, I need to get back in, I need to get into the hobby fully. Like, I have a couple that are already, oh, you know what? That's a good idea. I'll be right back. I'll show you what I've done so far. And when I did them, like, I'll tell you when I did them and how I want to grow as far as doing Gunpla. Be right back. So, this one
was the first one I did. This was like way back in 1995, to be precise. And it's like, yeah, it was nice that you could just snap them together and they were good to go. At the same time, it was very underwhelming. Yeah, this is the Death Scythe Hell. It's dusty. It's been sitting around for a long time. And I just wanted to, this is an original, or not original, this is the high grade, so it's 1/144 scale. So it was super tiny. It was underwhelming. I'm like, oh my god, this thing is so small. Why is it so small? It needs to be bigger. So this was the first one I bought way back in the day. Yes, I still have it. And not too long after that, I bought a handful of them. Is he like a villain or something? I don't think it's more like a villain. It's more like it's such a weird show with that. With Gundam Wing, there were several different pilots. Some of them were actual villains, but some weren't. But they all had their own Gundam model, or if you want to call it a model. So they all had their own kind of role in the war, I guess you could say. This one is the Epion, and this was when I first started kind of trying to paint. As you can see right here, it's just, I was using these Gundam markers, and the Gundam markers, they're just there to just kind of literally paint on the actual, straight on the plastic. And so it's definitely beginner. So the first one that I showed over there, the Death Scythe Hell, it was the first one that I did for Watch Gundam shows, so I don't know anything about them. Oh, that's okay, man. It's alright, it's really cool. So what was I saying? Death Scythe Hell, I didn't paint at all. I put just the plastic, or the regular paper decals and everything on there. And then I got this one and just did little touches of the colors, and the colors didn't come out the way I want. As you can see, like, this color is different from this color over here. It's total beginner stuff, right? You know, and this is the back right here. And these were way back in 95-ish, and everything's just really loose. So that's the Epion. There. This is falling off. And then this guy is the Shenlong. Kind of a cool... Is this? Oh, it's broken. I've moved it around too much. The Shenlong is kind of cool, as like this arm stretches out like this. And it was kind of like meant to be like a dragon. You see the face of the dragon? And then it folds back in to regular arm. So. But I did the markers on all of this, and it just looks really shoddy and terrible. I mean, it's not terrible, but as you can see, I did the panel linings. Need to clean the red one. Yeah, I know, it's dusty. They've all been sitting around for a while on a shelf, just kind of sitting there. Up above, kind of high. So... yeah, and you can see the paint is just, it's kind of yellowed, because I didn't know that you're supposed to coat these with protective cover, or a protective coat, so that it doesn't yellow from the sun or anything like that. And so there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to do with this, but you know, this is beginning stuff. This is when I didn't know what was all involved in models. So that's that one. And so those are the three that I have kind of, or that I've fully built and done something with. But this one I didn't do anything with, and the camera's shaking, sorry about that. But this one, this is the Wing Gundam 0. And since I didn't really do much with it, and it's just been sitting around, I figured, man, let's do it. Let's get back into it. So, did a lot of research on, you know, what the proper tools are and how to make it look cool. And do I want to paint it? Yes, I want to paint it because I want it to look great, you know. And that's kind of, I was talking earlier. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. I've got an actual spray booth behind me this way, that is specifically for airbrush, and I have a couple of airbrushes. I have this one right here, which is an Iwata airbrush, and this is what I use to paint this guy, which is a miniature for a wargaming, tabletop war game called Malifaux. So I was just practicing on this guy because I've got this one I'm not really concerned about as far as how it looks. And so I was practicing with this airbrush and in my new paint booth. So I'm gonna get back into it, and I'm gonna do some videos of painting probably this Gundam that I'm taking apart right now, or as far as getting it ready. So that is the plan. I really want to get good with this stuff, and I want to make them look awesome and not just kind of meh like those other ones you just saw. Right there, maybe. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. So when I was explaining when I first started the video, these guys right here, these nippers, they get in nice and tight and clean cuts, so it doesn't leave any kind of blemishes on the plastic. I'm sure I'm gonna see them on this though because it's gold, and then the interior is basically black. But I'm learning to do Gunpla properly. But they can be really, really cool. Like, I have some action figures, but I don't really, it's mostly stuff that I collected years and years ago. Like Spawn. I don't know if you're familiar with the character Spawn. That was an Image Comics character. And then I have a few X-Men stuff. But not much. I do have some Nendoroids, a lot of Nendoroids actually, and I do have some Figmas, if you call those action figures. Most of them are, you know, anime based. Like, I have Attack on Titan. What else? Sponge, as in SpongeBob SquarePants? No, I don't have any of that. That was a show that was a, geez. Oh, that one. Oh, I already had it cut. Why? Anything else left in? Gosh. No, no SpongeBob SquarePants, if that's what you mean. Let's get the blue done. Yep, I haven't even opened this. This kit is from 1995, and I have this still sealed up. That's crazy. Life gets in the way sometimes. Okay. See these stickers right here? This is what I'm trying to get away from using. Like, I don't want to use these little foil stickers. I want to do real paint. I mean, the characters you were talking about. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean. Like sponge. They're basically just articulate, you know, just regular action figures. I still have them in the packaging, most of them. Let me get these done. Old pieces. I'll put it with the reds. Oh, I gotta nip those off. Duh. That's right, we'll do these. Characters you were talking about. Oh, Sponge. Spawn. As in S-P-A-W-N. Okay. Yeah, Spawn was, if you Google it, S-P-A-W-N, and do comic character, you'll see what I'm talking about. Very cool character back in the day. I wonder if that comic is still going on. I don't know. Yeah, Spawn. Spawn is good stuff. Eyes are here. Ooh, that a little close. Should have been a little further away. These. Rare that they'll put these kind of things in green. Ooh. But yeah, I have some, mostly the figures that I have are like Figmas from Good Smile or Nendroids. That's most of what I have. And it's just various stuff. From Sword Art Online to Attack on Titan, Doo-Da-Da-Da, and what else? There's some other ones I have. Came right off. Oh well. Alright, green's done. Let me just nip all these real quick. It's ready. I'm curious as to how these are gonna look after I take off. Yeah, see? There's a little bit of black. Let me see if I can show you. Right here is a little bit of black. See it? Like, so there's no gold paint, so you're gonna have to repaint that. That's a pain in the butt. But I'm gonna have to find a paint for that. I'll go anywhere. You know, for 1995, it's not a bad. They didn't do terrible with putting these on there, but about working with gold. That comes off. Wherever they put the connection points, I think they weren't too terribly bad about it. I think they could have been better. We're gonna put it in with the reds. That is almost, it almost happened. I said at the beginning of the stream, you have a newer model in your collection. I do. It's not complete, but I do have one. It's not even out of the box, really. So let me grab it real quick. I have to zoom this one. Second. No, as good as I'm gonna get. So you turn your head sideways. This is one that I have. As you can see, it's still kind of sealed up with this plastic right here. So I haven't even looked at it inside yet. But it's called the Gundam Zeil from Iron Blooded Orphans, that anime. And I also have the Unicorn Gundam from UC 0096. That one, they're both. Oh, that's a full mechanics. Okay, so the Unicorn is a master grade, and the Zeils is what they call a full mechanics. They're both the same scale. It looks like a pain to build. Yeah, that's why sometimes I get kind of scared to open things up and look at the complexity of things. But they're actually pretty simple to build in general. Like if you don't want to go the big paint route, you know, it's not that complicated. But that's a more recent one. It's not like super recent. But it's more recent than what I have in front of me right now. One out of 100? Well, it's like, that's what it looks like when it's written. It's like, oh, here. See how it says 1/100? That's the scale. So like if you were to say 1:1, it would be 1/1, and that would be lifelike. That's the same scale that it would be if you saw it in real life. So 1/100th is it's 1/100th the size of what it would be in real life, if that makes sense. And they have different grades. Like high grade would be 1/144th the scale. Master grade is 1/100th the size of real life. And then they have perfect grade, which is 1/60th the size. Oh, no. I can see where you could go from that. But yeah, it's not numbered. These are never numbered, I don't think. But yeah, that's just this. Oh, you would drop in there. Alright, well, it's in there for now. little offcut went off into the bin that I'm using to hold parts. So that's that. I gotta figure out where I cut the back to. A little bit zoomed in. Let me know if you want me to zoom in some more. I can do that. I have a couple other settings. Little tiny piece. Thing went flying. Will not even be on there. And with this, I'm right. Alright, XP. Okay. That one came up nicely. So what else? Yeah, perfect grade. I have 2 perfect grades. And those, every time they go up in grade, there tends to be more detail in more complex. So like high grade is great for like beginners if you're just starting out. It means like it's not super detailed and it's not super complicated. But as you go higher in grade, you go high grade, master grade, perfect grade, and then there's one called real grade or RG, and that's kind of sits in between high grade and master grade. It has the scale of a high grade, which is 1/144th scale, but a lot of the detail from a master grade. Water time. Do with it. This. Hydrated. Mostly. Okay. Ooh, man, my iPad's down to 3%. I have to about the power on my phone with the iPad just a little bit. They have human size model that they sell. What do you mean by human size? Like as in like 1/6 the size of a human? Because like these Gundam models or these what they call mobile suits, they are they're massive if you were to see one in real life. And they actually had one in or 2 different ones in real life in Japan. They you look up life-size Gundam in Japan and it's really freaking cool. I don't know if they still have them on display in Japan right now. But human size, are you talking like if you could put on the suit, so to speak? So, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I guess I've seen them before on TikTok. I think I have. Give me just a second.
So this is a character for that pilots the Gundam Death Scythe Hell, which was the one, this guy. This is 144th scale. This is 1/20th. So if you imagine, this is bigger because the scale is closer to real life. Oh, like a 6-foot tall Gundam model for collection. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think they make one like that. I think that would be 1/5 scale, maybe. I see what you're saying though. That would be kind of cool. Nope, I don't think they make that. I think the biggest one they make is 1/48th scale. And that thing is like, it's probably, I want to say 2 feet tall, probably. Which is still pretty big. Man, these are actually coming off clean. It is a rabbit hole that you can definitely get lost in when researching Gundams, Gundam models. They're actually coming off really clean, leaving very little to any black. Okay. Did that one. Alright, these guys. So I know this is going to be a series of streams. I'm just basically prepping these parts for paint and whatnot, so I'm just kind of cleaning them up just for now, and then in another stream I'll probably start either gluing if I want to glue or paint them. Oh, so it's almost half the common height of it. Or Japanese people for that matter. What's the common height of an Indonesian? Like 4 foot something? That's funny. I guess it's relative on the scale, right? It's like human size would be relative to like how tall you are. Oh, that one didn't. 4, 9, or 10, I think. You guys go by metric or do you go by imperial? Like 4 foot or like do centimeters? Because I know everybody's different. Every country tends to be different. Except the United States. The United States are rebels and they're like, yeah, centimeters. Like, screw you, we're not buying into your crazy metric system, which makes more sense if you ask me. It's just, I've lived with the imperial system for so long that it's like hard to, oh my god, hard to imagine a scale. You know, we always think of a foot, and a foot is, you know, we kind of know how long that is.
just by, you know, previous experience with other things. It's like, oh yeah, it's about a foot long. Oh, okay, yeah. You're always comparing it to other things that are similar. Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's all those. Oh wow, I've already been going 2 hours. Crazy. I am gonna have to pop out the power. Second. I'm running low on power for the iPad. I also use a scale of a football pitch as well. I don't know what that is. Maybe like a football field, if that's what you're referring to. We have 100 yards, you know, is our typical American football field. And 1 yard is 3 feet. Yeah, right? Yeah. Can't believe I had to second guess myself there for a second. Scale of football pitch. I'm assuming you mean soccer. What we would call soccer. I think if that's what you're referring to. And a pitch would be the field. Is that what you're referring to? What it sounds like. All good, man. Is English your like I know English tends to be a really predominant language in Indonesia, but is it still is it the main language you guys use, or is it still Indonesian? Because I find it really amazing that a lot of Indonesians are bilingual by nature. Yeah. Because regardless, I find it amazing that a lot of Indonesians know English so fluently. Indonesian English is your third language. Third language. What's your second? That's crazy. I feel dumb. That is actually really amazing. I learned it by watching Arnold Schwarzenegger and Rambo movies. Really? That's cool. Those are good movies to watch. I grew up with those movies. That's funny. That's awesome. Second language was Bahasa Indonesia. Oh, so is Indonesian have different kinds of, I guess you would call dialects maybe? Where it's like very vastly different from the other one? Going through these. Not too many left. Yeah, I think just cutting these off will be a good stream to do. Really? That's interesting. Not aware of that. I thought it was just like one. Oh, I guess it would be kind of like Chinese, where there's Mandarin and then there's the others. So it'd be similar to that. Language is funny. Okay, so that bag's empty, that bag is empty. Goes down there, and then we only got one more runner left on this. That's the last. Oh, well, the rubber ones I don't really count. Okay, so you're done. Okay, test, test, test. Okay, test, test, test. There we go. We good. Should be, anyways. Weird. I can't believe that sound. I had to reactivate the cam, because that's what I'm going off of, the mic on the cam, the webcam. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Sometimes this mic or this cam does some weird stuff when it comes into OBS, so I don't know what happened exactly. But we're back. That's the important part. Make sure. Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. What was I saying? I was probably talking about... I don't know, I may have been talking about this. What was the last thing I was talking about? Really super tight in there. Yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna have to take a blade to that. Alright. Place it side up. Okay. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Language is weird, and after that, the mic problem. I wonder if I know I was talking about how cool it is that you're able to speak so many, 2 different languages. And I think I know what I was talking about. Like, it's easier to learn other languages when you're younger because you don't have decades and decades of one language in your brain, so you're able to go between the two a lot easier when you're younger, because you're learning both at the same time. So it's kind of one of those things that I wish I had. I mean, yeah, we can learn other languages when we're in high school and grade school, but I feel like when you're learning other languages, it's just better to do it when you're at a very young age. Yeah. Clean that up. Sorry, it's not too bad. I think that's what I was saying. But yeah, I envy you with the fact that you're able to know 3 different languages. I wish I could have done the same. You don't speak any other languages? No, believe it or not, most Americans do not. I guess it's the arrogance of it all, where we tend to think that we were more important, that everybody else will learn our language, I guess. There's a lot of people that do learn other languages, but predominantly, most people in America only speak English, or only speak Spanish for that matter, because we do have a lot of migrants that came to the United States, and a lot of them only use one language, or only know one language. I speak 4 actually. I just learned Japanese these past few years. How old are you, MH? Jesus. Where are those scissors? There they are. I think you were young, weren't you? I don't remember. Us old fogies have a hard time turning our brain onto something else when we're so ingrained into things that we've been using most of our life. And I think a lot of it also has to do with exposure. Like, English is all we really use out here for the most part, so what? Wait a minute. This isn't for... Oh, it's the same thing, but I think it's for a different kit. Okay. I'll put that off to the side. This... I need to double check that right now, actually. See that guy? He almost got by the wayside. Wait. You're 21. Yeah. When did you first start learning your second language? Or third or fourth? This is what I'm for. Let me make sure I have all the pieces that I need. Yeah, so there's... Speak English, but not fluently. Sometimes I don't understand the word, and my word placement is not good, and my spelling is bad. Hey, you're doing pretty good. I can mostly understand, you know, like 90% of what you speak, I understand. So you're doing fine. C, A, and D. Let me... Is this the English version in here? And what else we need? Second probably when I was 6, and third is 12, and fourth when I was 18. Yeah. That's awesome. That's great. I guess only one of these, so that other runner was from a different kit that I just happened to throw in this one. Whatever. That in here. We'll continue on with this. Alright, not too much more of these. The guns. I've tried, I think a lot of it has to do with when I'm trying to learn another language. I've tried multiple times. It just, there's so much stuff going on in normal life that partially the time, and I really do want to learn Japanese, and it's just one of those. The gray part, these guys, if it's the small guy like this, these are all the parts for the joints, like the little pieces that come together. Like if you have your forearm, like your forearm or your upper arm, a lot of times they'll have these pieces in between that connect to each other, and that's what these are all for. Like these little ball things right here, They're for the ball socket joints for like the hips and the shoulders. That's what they use those for. These are just more parts. Come on. There it is. Now it's... Yeah, it's actually a different material altogether. This is more like a rubberized kind of material. It's like bendable, see? And that's to kind of give a little bit of tension in the joints so that they can be articulated a little bit better. Oh, am I loose? I'm loose. Just won't. Oh. There we go. Don't lose any pieces so they don't go flying off. Try and move a little quicker now at this point. Gotten confident in getting these off the sprue, or the runner as some people like to call it. That one. See, like these pieces right here, let me clip one off just so that you can see it. There. Okay. So this piece right here is basically the knee joint. It's the knee that connects the upper leg to here and the lower leg to here. And so and that is then like each of, I believe it's these right here. So it'll go in like this, or like this. And so you got little nubs on the sides here that go in between. You collect Gundam because it's so much work for one model, right? And I don't know how many you have, but you seem to have a lot. I don't have a lot. I know people who have a ton more. I have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have a total of 7 right now. I know people who have probably 50 or more. It's mainly just a hobby, you know? It's just something to do. Like you have model kits. Like some people will build airplanes or cars, you know, because that's what interests them. And I like Gundam. Because I've always been interested in it from when since I was a little kid. Even back in the grade school days. I always was interested in the Gundams because, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Macross or Robotech. That was like my introduction to Japanese animated cartoons or anime, and that was when I was super young. And I've always loved the design of these because, like, who doesn't love a giant robot, right? Who doesn't love a giant robot? And so it's just one of those things. some people will like have crafts where they'll make what's a good hobby thing? I don't know. You don't like robots? You don't like robots? Giant robots? Oh man, come on. Giant robots are the shit. They're awesome. I don't know if you guys have any kind of, we call them hobby shops, and you know, some people will make knives, for instance, as a hobby, whereas some people will make bracelets or jewelry. Oh, you like Kamen Rider? Okay, well, Kamen Rider, they have model kits for the Kamen Rider characters, from what I understand. I think Bandai actually makes them. So you can get models that represent the characters. And you can build them and display them on your shelf. But if you like, my god, these things are so tiny. Really? But if you research on what people do with these models, you'll be blown away at the creativity. Oh, here, another one that I personally am not into, but I kind of understand it, is train models. Model trains. And people will actually build whole dioramas, like a whole room devoted for a train set. And that is insane. I mean, so tiny. And they'll just make this massive diorama of like a city based around a train set. It's insane. But I get it. And like they'll have so many different types of trains, and some people like miniatures, like painting miniatures. You know, it's just a hobby thing. Like this miniature that I showed earlier today. This guy. You know, it's just painting a miniature because it's kind of cool. Kind of a little miniature statue. So yeah, and then, you know, another hobby would be like archery, for instance. You know, some people are into archery and they do that as kind of a hobby. You know, they'll go in the backyard or they go out in the yard and just shoot off arrows just because it's kind of, what would you call it? Therapeutic, where it just kind of helps you. Ooh, I almost lost that guy. Where it helps you kind of just, you know, get your mind off of things. Focus on one thing, creating. I got so many parts on this runner. See, I'm starting to call it a runner. Ooh, don't go anywhere. Down here. Stay down here. Stay on the table. Okay. But yeah, I don't particularly find trains all that interesting, but you know, some other people do. That's okay. Get into an area. Okay. I'm losing track of what I've cut off. Okay, so now this. This, and then this, oops, this, and 2 more pieces. Off topic, how do you got into a VTubing or just VTubing in general? How I got into it is like, this is kind of weird. So for the longest time, I didn't really understand streamers in general. It's like I didn't get it, you know. It's like, oh, you're playing a game. Well, why would I watch you do it when I could do it myself, right? And then there was, what was the first VTuber? And that's the thing, VTubing is what got me into liking streamers, which is really weird. Let me get these instructions out so that I can not lose them. VTubers got me into watching streamers, and it's really strange, mainly because it kind of, that was how it clicked with me. Meaning, let's see, how do I explain this? The first streamer that I actually started watching, kinda, was Kiryu Coco from Hololive. And she, I'm sure you know who she is now. She left Hololive, but I need water. Been talking a lot. She, because she was able to speak English, she was able to bridge that gap in between, I guess, the Japanese streamer and the American viewer, or English-speaking viewers, because she was bilingual. And that kind of, oops, I did that wrong. Let's go this way. No? Alright, it's just one. And she had this content that it was just silly. And it was something that I was just like, wait a minute, is this what streamers do? And I noticed that no, that not all streamers do what like Hololive or VTubers do. A lot of Hololive and VTubers in general have a variety of content, and that's when it clicked. It's like, oh, wait a minute, it's not all about playing video games. You can do hobbies like this on camera and just kind of chill and talk to people. Some of the people who are, you know, get interested in what you're doing. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, let me watch a little more of this. Let me see what else is going on with this whole VTubing thing. And because I liked anime, I liked the idea of having that anime avatar, being able to, you know, blink and the mouth moves and everything at the same time. And I was like, wait a minute, this is actually really cool. Like, okay, let me look into the content. So I looked into the content, and
found out that it's not all video games, and I think that's what drew me in. And not only that, be able to have a good conversation with their viewers, I thought that was really cool. So, and just have a good time. Like her, what the hell did she call him? Video Coco. She called him meme review, where she would talk about all the other members in HoloLive, and I realized, oh my god, there's just straight up other personalities going on here. And so that kind of led me further down the rabbit hole. And then when it really clicked was when HoloLive English started and Myth started. And I had no idea what to expect from that. But when I watched Gargura, that's when it all clicked. I was like, oh, this is what it's like. This, I can get behind this, you know? I can watch somebody like this because it was all about their personality and not their looks, right? And that was kind of the cool thing about VTubing that I saw, is that you kind of your looks don't matter, right? No matter how you might look in real life, it doesn't matter in VTubing and streaming. What matters is your personality. And if you have a good personality, or somebody that is good to talk to or even listen to of their various bullshit, so to be, you know, for lack of a better word, that's when it becomes more appealing. Like finding out that, yeah, a lot of VTubers have these characters and they you know, they really try to stick to it. Those are the kind of VTubers that that don't interest me, because it doesn't seem genuine. I like the VTubers that, you know, their true self kind of shines through, you know, and being able to like relate to other streamers. And I noticed that with regular normal streamers, it's not like that at all, or it doesn't feel like it. You know, everyone's putting up a front, a character of somebody they wish they would be. Whereas I feel that when you're yourself, it's more appealing. And I'm going on this huge tangent. I hope that makes sense to you. But yeah, that's when I got interested into VTubers and VTubing in general. Is that it's like, oh, it's kind of like hanging out with a friend, but not hanging out. It's weird, I know. I live in a rural area, so there's not many people around where I am at. So it's to a point in your age where everybody's doing their own thing. Like all your old friends, and they're off doing their own thing. They either got families or work or any of that. And so I think streamers are a good way to kind of keep you grounded in a way. They can get kind of out of, viewers I think can get out of hand with the whole, what they call parasocial aspect of it, where viewers feel like they deserve and are entitled to attention from the actual streamer. And I don't think that's right, because ultimately they're still just people, you know, and they also have their own lives outside of VTubing or streaming.
And so you have to keep things in perspective sometimes, you know? Oh, getting a little too close there. Get out of here. I don't need you. Thanks, man. I wasn't, you know, expecting it to be cool, but I mean, just a different perspective on things. And through all, there are so many pieces in this color. Crazy. So yeah, and it's kind of weird. Oh, a little too much off of that. Oops. Okay. When certain VTubers decide to either, you know the term, graduate, it's kind of sad in a way, because I would imagine a lot of people, in particular like lonely people or people who just don't have a whole lot of people in their life, it's kind of like when you're watching somebody stream, it's kind of like just hanging out with a friend. And so when a VTuber graduates or when a streamer quits, it's almost like losing a friend, you know? A few days ago, I was talking with a VTuber I watch a lot, and it's so weird for me because usually I only comment on their stream, and now I'm talking to them. It's so weird. Yeah, exactly. It's, you know, we're all people ultimately, you know, and we also have to remember that we are all human beings and people. Everybody's got their own feelings and their own beliefs and all that. So you have to, like, you know, keep that in mind. So yeah, it's just back to the graduation conversation. It's one of those things that I understand how people can get really attached because they kind of see it as, man, one of my friends is leaving, you know? Like Sana. Sana was sad for a lot of people, still kind of is, you know, because Sana had this personality, and I feel like she left way too early. Like, this is one of those things that, man, she just, oh dude, I totally missed a bunch of stuff on those guns. You ever got really sad when a VTuber? Yeah, Sana was a hard one, man. And even to this day, I haven't seen if she's, you know, gone on to do other things. Because, you know, she's really sweet and genuine person. That's the word I was looking for. Genuine. When a streamer is genuine, that's when I like to watch them, you know, because then I know that there's a certain level of relatable stuff that I can connect with, you know. Can't believe I missed all this. Bing. So yeah, Sana was kind of a tough one. Just because she was so sweet. And I felt like a lot of the stuff that she was going through with her health problems, with her back and all that, it was kind of her VTubing stuff was put to an end prematurely, in my opinion. She had the potential to go super far, and I hate that for her, you know, but I understand sometimes you got to make decisions that's best for you. So you have to just remember to keep things in perspective. Ooh, that one did not cut well. That's not good. Most of these are really... Have you ever gotten really sad about a VTuber graduating? First time I got really sad is when the VTuber I watch is graduated with a viewer, and I can watch it, but I ignored it because I thought it was just a normal stream. Turns out it was his last stream. Holy shit. Yeah. And like, it kind of makes you appreciate the time that you spend with them a little bit more. You know, it's like you realize, oh dude, I'm never going to be able to interact or even have the potential to interact with this person that I think is a great person. That's why, like, I'm a little nervous about Gouda because she hasn't been streaming a lot lately, and she has such a genuine and great personality that I'll miss being able to witness those moments, you know, that she's able to put forth. I don't think she's graduating, but just because of her recent inactivity, it makes me nervous that she's been thinking about it. Apparently she's been having health issues. I don't know how severe, but I hope ultimately I have to remember, well, this is her life, you know. She's got to do what she's got to do. And if she graduates, it is unfortunate. But like I said, she's got to do what she's got to do. I'm not putting any rumors. I gotta put this as a disclaimer that she's graduating. It's just sometimes behavior can indicate those kind of things. But I think she has been just super busy. I hope that's the case. I've had a lot of new VTuber that debuting recently, but if Gouda graduates, it's gonna so hard to... I know, exactly. That's my point, man. She's like... Like, her and Kiara are the easiest ones to relate to, because Kiara, man, she's that's her, man. She doesn't put on a personality or a character, and so it's like you get to know that person, especially when they put out their heart and their, you know, all the things that may be going on in their life. When they put that out on stream, that's it's a brave thing to do, but it's also a something that I don't know, putting out your personal life out out in the public like that is kind of scary to me. Try to separate that when I'm doing streaming. I mean, I'll still be real with you know, who I am, but as far as personal information, it can be I think it can be dangerous sometimes, because there's some people out there that are that act a little let's just call overzealous. Overzealous would be like, because you're Indonesian, I want to make sure that you know the word that I'm trying to use. Overzealous would be like overexcited about people and get really attached, overly attached to the point where it becomes obsessive and dangerous. And we have to remember not to do that when it comes to the people that we watch. Oh my god, there's so many pieces in this. This is insane. At least it's going. So. So yeah, I've been trying to kind of get out of my HoloLive bubble. New word learned. Yeah. Overzealous is overly excited about something to the point where it can be detrimental. I'm trying to get out of my HoloLive bubble. It's hard to do because they do so well with how they treat their talent, if you want to call them talent. And they respect their talent and the things that go on in their lives. So, but regardless, I'm trying to get into new streamers and just kind of check out people's content, because sometimes they make really good content. Who's a good example? Somebody I was really surprised with was Bijou or Bibu. I was really surprised, like how fun her streams are to watch. She's got a great personality, and oh, that's what the piece goes in. Okay. She's got a great personality that's like, you know, fun to be around. I got all my pieces out here. So I was really surprised with that. I wasn't expecting that. And she's extremely smart. She is not dumb. She may sound like she's kind of airheady. Airhead would be like flighty or just not very, you know, everything's kind of be a good word to describe that. I don't know if you are familiar with the term airhead. Flighty, what else? What else? I don't know. But, like, when you listen to her talk, she is on point, man. She is not dumb. And it's so interesting to see, to discover that. Got a couple more left. Got a few more left. Watching her viewers trying to do D's nuts jokes on her, so and that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. She is not dumb. She is super smart. Like, she catches on quick. And like watching, you know, the fact that she can do the got 'em to the viewers, it's funny. It's so funny. Because I just wait for it. I'm like, oh, when is she gonna do it? Got these little pieces. These little Gatling guns I'm gonna have to fucking glue onto the other piece. Oh my god, I'm gonna need tweezers. Those things I'm definitely gonna have to glue.
And Kyla was the one that surprised the hell out of me. She was, when she first started, you could tell she was like very reserved and very like to herself, right? And then little bits of her started to seep out. And little bits, bit by bit, you got to see who she really was. And oh my god, it is so funny. Like, she's got such a great personality. A lot of people fall into the Imagine Dragon jokes, but she know it. It's super cool for me. Yeah. Out of all of the Advent girls, Bibu is my favorite. She is my favorite. Narissa is good. Shiroin is I don't know. I can't seem to catch her streams very often. And Fuumoko, while cute, I have a hard time with their streams. Don't know why. It may have to do with their accent. That's a little difficult for me to understand. So that might have something to do with it. Oh my god, am I down to the last piece? I'm down to the last piece. Last piece of cleaning. I think I'll leave the sanding and gluing for another stream though, because I am gonna have to put some stuff up. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I was. And I think the twin thing is cool, but to me it distracts. And the speech inflection and all that is a little, I don't know, it's that whole character thing I was talking about. They're so devoted to the character that it prevents them from truly being able to connect with their viewers. But I've been watching some clips and I've been seeing some where it's starting to bleed through. So I'm slowly but surely getting into them. I haven't written them off completely, but I know it's there's gonna be a moment, it may or may not happen, where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in. I got it. I get them now. So, oh my god. Alright, so I got all these pieces. I got all these pieces. And I'm gonna cut these off when I need them. Dude, I've already been going for, I don't know, I think 3 hours now. I started at 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, I've already gone for 3 hours. I need a break. But maybe, yeah, I think tomorrow is the better day for me to go about these. This was my goal for today, was to get them off the runners and kind of clipped off and mostly clean. So I reached that goal and I'm getting hungry. So that being said, MH, as always, I appreciate you coming by, man. I enjoy the conversations that we have. I really do. I mean that sincerely. I appreciate you. But I'm gonna have to
I'm gonna have to call it here for today. I need to get some food, and I need to do some things around the house. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll come back tomorrow, and I'll get this all ready to go. Oh, I don't think you were here earlier, but these little guys, I'm gonna have to start putting all these things on here in some way, shape, or form, like so that when I airbrush, I can hold it like this and go like this on the piece. Okay, this. I can paint it, so I'll be doing that as well. So there's multiple days. I want to make this a little series, you know? That way I can... It gives me an excuse to stream, basically. Yeah. So, MH, I really appreciate you stopping by, man, and keeping me company. They already forgot what Thanksgiving is. Yeah, it's okay, man. Just keep it in your heart for every day. Be thankful for what you have in life, and express that thankfulness to the ones you love, and you know, just be thankful. Thanksgiving was on Thursday, which was a couple days ago, but yesterday was what we call Black Friday. Black Friday is the first shopping day, and so today is like the first Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, but the cool thing is Thanksgiving gives you lots and lots of food to eat for just about a week. So I'm gonna go eat some leftover Thanksgiving dinner and have me a nice meal. So, again, thank you. I'll talk to you later, and I shall be back. Maybe I'll be back later on tonight. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. So, have a good one. Let's try this again. Have a good one, MH, and I'll see you later. And for those of you who did tune in but lurked, I'm okay with that. I appreciate you stopping by. Alright, bye everyone.